You're going to stay here all night.
So my name's Amy Fraden, and I'm from Woodstock, New York, and Indivisible Ulster. And we are here to ask for Senator Schumer and our Senate to pass S1, the For the People Voting Act. And we are also here to thank our Congressman Antonio Delgado, who worked very hard to get this passed and created in the Congress. And there's something like 340 other rallies going on across America, and 26 of them are in New York State. So we're very proud to be one of those. And Senator Schumer, we thank you very, very much for all the work you're currently doing, and we want to get this passed. This is a note directly from our Congressman Antonio Delgado. Thank you, Indivisible Ulster, for pushing the passage of For the People Act H.R. 1. It ensures that our government is working for the people, not special interests. This legislation is supported by a majority of Americans who want to stop DC dysfunction, increase government transparency, and empower more Americans to vote safely and securely. My provision included in H.R. 1, the CLEAR Act, shines a spotlight on dark money in politics to help reform our broken campaign finance system. I am proud to be a leader in the effort to pass this historic bill, and I urge the Senate to stand on the right side of history and support H.R. 1.
Yes! Democracy now!
All right.
We're going to have Steve Spicer come on up and give us a little chant.
Yay, Steve!
Yep, I hate to interrupt this protest with a rally, but here we go, a little message. No more excuses, Buster. It's time to end the filibuster. No more excuses, Buster. Time to end the filibuster. No more excuses, Buster. It's time to end the filibuster. No more excuses, Buster. No more excuses, Buster. And we're bringing up to the microphone right now, Lynn, where are you?
All right. Go, Liz.
Here we go.
I'm Lynn Delaquadri. I'm from Kingston, a resident here, and I'm here to praise the Kingston City Council and the Ulster County Legislature for writing notes, letters, good letters to Kristen Gillibrand and Senator Schumer. Abe Uchatel from the 5th District of the Ulster County Legislature is here to read the letter that they wrote. Abe?
All right.
Thank you so much, Lynn. And thank you everyone who has supported this really important legislation. I think it's one of the largest issues that we face. If we can get voter access right, we can get anything right. So it has to start there. So I'd like to read this letter from the Ulster County Legislature. This is addressed to Senator Gillibrand and members of the Committee on Rules and Administration. We, the below-signed members of the Ulster County Legislature, are writing to encourage your affirmative vote on the For the People Act of 2021. This important piece of legislation passed the House of Representatives many months ago and is indeed worthy of your consideration and your support. We consider the provision of fair and accessible elections as one of the most important responsibilities as elected officials. We have and continue to staunchly support the efforts and administration of our elections by our county board. Within just the past year, these dedicated public servants were faced with the Herculean task of implementing early voting for the first time, the many challenges of conducting safe elections during an unprecedented health crisis, and the processing of the historic number of votes of voters who cast ballots in the 2020 presidential election. We proudly boast a 77% voter turnout rate for the 2020 general election. There is little question that increasing accessibility and decreasing obstacles garners real results.
That's right.
As you know, this act will, among many things, standardize access to voting across the nation, provide critical financial support to election infrastructure, and protect the integrity of our elections and our election administration from manipulation or attack, and provide greater transparency in campaign finance, especially from foreign donors. As a leader in the small d democracy throughout the world, this legislation demonstrates our commitment to free and fair elections and, more importantly, affords Americans across the country opportunities to have their votes cast and counted. We truly appreciate your service and respectfully request your favorable consideration of this important legislation. And this is signed by our chairman, Dave Donaldson, as well as many of my colleagues in the Ulster County Legislature, and we urge its passing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good work. Good work, man.
Yeah, we're going to keep it going. A quick talk. The difference between a subject of a nation or being a citizen is the collective right to participate in the choosing of your leaders. King George didn't need your vote. Hitler and Mussolini didn't need your vote. Putin doesn't need your vote.
That's right.
And corporate interests of this country are working right now to create a system where they don't need your vote either. The For the People Act creates, and I need your help now. At the end of all these, you got to say nothing. You'll know when. Let's practice. Everybody say nothing.
Nothing.
Here we go. Same-day voter registration in all states. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
2 weeks early voting. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Automatic registration at the DMV. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Make Election Day a holiday for working voters. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
It would end hundreds and thousands from being purged from voter rolls. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Restore voting rights for ex-felons. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Voter access for the disabled. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Mail-in ballots for militaries and families overseas. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Requires verifiable paper ballots. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
All campaign donations are made public. Now, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Gives DC voters the right to vote. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Senator Schumer, to give Americans any of this is worth everything. Democracy is not a promise. It can't be lost. And we know it stands on a hair's breadth of losing it. You got to help us. So Schumer, we want you to bust that filibuster. Bust that what?
Filibuster.
Bust that what?
Filibuster.
Bust that what?
Filibuster.
Kiss it goodbye.
I got to
Steve's got more. Steve's got more.
Give a big.
Yeah, let's do that. You guys know how to do this?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Kiss that filibuster goodbye. Our great civil rights leader and lawmaker John Lewis said, when you see something that is not right, not fair, or not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to do something. And that's why we gather here today, because it's not right when any American citizen is denied access to voting. It's not fair when election districts are carved up along partisan lines, and it's not just when the rich and powerful have ultimate influence over our government. So we're speaking up, and we're showing up, and we're writing letters, and we're making telephone calls, and we're doing whatever else is necessary to make sure the For the People Act is passed, to protect and expand voting rights, stop partisan and racial gerrymandering, limit big money's role in politics, and hold the government to the highest ethical standards. And it's time to do so right now. It's time to do so when?
Now.
When?
Now.
What do we want? Voting rights. When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? Voting rights. When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? Voting rights. When do we want it?
Hi, I'm Tara Fitzpatrick from New Paltz, New York, and I am not democracy's fair weather friend. As you can see with us being out here in the rain, we want action. And if you want to take local call to actions, we have a majority of things that we can do, including calling the Senate leaders, Schumer,
as well as making calls with Common Cause into West Virginia and Arizona, which is an amazing opportunity to get to know people across this country. And we can do letter writing with Vote Forward. If you want to find out more information about this, please come to indivisible.newyork19.com, and you will be able to find out what actions you can take to save democracy and not be a fair weather friend.
Yeah!
Give it up for Tara! She knows what she's talking about. And it's raining, and it was also planned to be a short rally, so actually, we're done. Yeah. I just want to send one more message to Senator Schumer. No more excuses. And that, no more excuses, Buster. And the filibuster. No more excuses, Buster.
And the filibuster!
No more excuses, Buster.
And the filibuster!
No more excuses, Buster.
And the filibuster!
Give yourselves a round of applause. It's raining out here. It's raining. Thank you for coming out. Woo!
Democracy